No one ever told you that life was gonna be this way. That's my clap sync for this video. What's up, you voting citizen? Or not, I don't know what you do. You probably tell my hair's a little bit different. That's because I took a bath. I took a bath because my asshole hurts. So then after my bath, my hair was all like whoosh. I'm like, I like that look. I'm gonna try to train my hair to be like whoosh. And then maybe whoosh would be my style. But you're not here to hear about my body issues and my hair crazes. As enthralling as it may seem, you're here to hear me bitch about things. So this week was slower than a three-legged dog going uphill in winter. So instead of talking about some random bullshit news that doesn't really matter, let's talk about the big thing. And if you're blind, well, why are you here? But also, you can't see that what I have pulled up is the page for the Game Awards! Awards that don't mean shit because everything's subjective and you like what you like. Even though if I don't like what you like, I'll hate your opinion and I'll tell you how your opinion is shit, but you still like your thing, so you like your thing anyway. But 80 people who are up on the boards and stuff, they tell us what the best stuff is, and then we argue about it for a few weeks. But before I go into the segment that I'm going to do with this, alright, now let's get into it. So I've already went through and voted because I'm like, I'm going to click on my votes. So now I'm just going to talk about why I chose what I chose. So are you ready to see the same 5 games nominated for 80% of the stuff that you're going to see? And if they're not nominated, it's because they couldn't figure out how to make Call of Duty into a JRPG. And here is the show for you. Now let's get this party bus with flat tires on the road. So we're just going to right off the bat, bam, Game of the Year. What is going to be altogether the Game of the Year? So I chose Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. My reasoning is it's the one game I play, like a lot, at least once a week, if not more, depending on how I'm feeling, if a new character comes out, and there's so much hype, and then the hype is continuing with DLC. DLC has never been hyped for any game like it has with this game. All the Smash community talks about is, look at this sick play I did and who's going to be the next character. So I feel like when the game carries itself as it does, keeping the excitement alive and it's such a rampant fan base, I feel like it has plenty of merit to be Game of the Year. Now Control is on this list like 50 million times. Didn't play it. Don't know what it is. I didn't see any gameplay of it. It went completely under my radar. And that usually doesn't happen. Like, I at least heard about a game. And I don't know why this is, like, so popular. I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something. Don't hurt me. My butthole hurts enough. So I can't even think about voting for it. But I'm sure I was not going to anyway. Death Stranding. Resident Evil 2. It's a remaster. I'm not going to vote for a remaster. It's a good remaster. It's faithful. Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro. I'm not a fan of Dark Souls, but this is more fun than Dark Souls, but still testicle twisting hard. Ironically, not making you hard unless if you're into that kind of stuff. So it's hard to have fun with games with that style. And Outer Worlds, I actually, when I first downloaded this game, free for Game Pass, by the way, on PC even, I had to double check if it was made by Bethesda. I'm like, this is not Bethesda, but why does it feel like it? And then I saw Obsidian, I'm like, oh, Fallout New Vegas. They basically is a second Bethesda, but with less glitches. So are they better than Bethesda? Probably, but it still feels like it's space Fallout. That's essentially what it is. So it doesn't feel like it's brought anything crazy or new to the table. Also, the aiming's weird, but like you control it with a mouse, it feels weird. I don't know why, it just feels weird. You know those feelings that you just can't exclaim. It's just like you just know that it's raunchy. It's like sniffing milk that's like not quite sour. It's like it's still pretty fresh, but there's still like that hint of like And you're like, but I guess I'll put it in my coffee because it's still good. But like the coffee's gonna hide that sourness, but tomorrow's gonna suck, so I might as well dump it out. It's that feeling, you know? So, needless to say, I didn't really vote for that one either. So you probably can tell where the rest of this list is going. So now we extensively just took the Game of the Year, dissected it, and ripped everything out. The rest of it is just going to be picking bones. I'm just going to be like bam, 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 Hopefully. This thing just meowed at me. Look at it. No, you're purring. Action game! Games that have action in them. I voted Devil May Cry 5 out of all of these because that's the one that I had the most fun with. It's over-the-top action slasher awesomeness. It's action and it's awesome. Apex, I will not vote for a Battle Royale. That needs to die right now. I'm declaring it. I will 1v1 you, bro. Astral Chain. I had fun with Astral Chain. I really did. But it does have a lot of flaws. It has story flaws. It has low replay value because of certain parts of the missions, like the detective work. That's just kind of like you want to go through it so you can do the actual good part of the game. And then having a silent protagonist with a game like this does not work. And I bitched about it a lot. So I couldn't vote for it because even though I had fun with it, it just had more flaws than Devil May Cry did. Even though they're both almost the same type of game. Don't make your protagonist silent. Just don't do that. If anything, do the Persona route where they're not silent, but they're just the quiet type, but they'll still say things when needed. If anything, if you're gonna you want to be immersive, just don't. That's my PSA. Don't. Gears 5, I don't know, I just didn't really get into it. I love third-person shooters. It's just something about it that maybe it's aesthetic. I guess I just don't like dudes whose muscle is 50 times bigger than their bones. That's just kind of gross to me. So the aesthetic already fucking loses me. Action adventure. I think I'm contextually obligated to vote for anything that's Zelda in any category, unless if it was 2011 and I had to vote for between Skyward Sword and something else. Then if they screw up that hard, then whatever. Then I won't. And the dislikes happen now. Out of all these choices, I have to go with Link's Awakening. Now, on contrary to what I said before on the whole remake thing, I just had a lot of fun with it. Borderlands, if I was that strict on my contradictory, because I hate myself, so I contradict myself all the time. But if I was that strict, then my second winner would have been Borderlands 3, if that makes you feel better. Like my vote even matters in this scenario. So Borderlands 3, it was great. It was Borderlands but more. Control, don't fucking care. Death Stranding, I hate it. Resident Evil 2, and art direction. Again, Control, I don't fucking know. Death Stranding, fuck you. Gris, the cover looks cool. Never played it. That's another game that went under my radar. I think it might be a little bit closer to. It's not a AAA title, so that's probably why. Games on this list I haven't seen, which is weird. Sayonara Wild Hearts. That also looks cool. Sekiro, And then, again, some Zelda. Voted for Zelda because, yes, the aesthetic matches so well with what it would have been on the Game Boy, I think. Like, you got the anime intro where it's, like, all serious and, Link is all, like, fucking anime. And then when you're in the Dreamland, he's a cartoon, like, he's, like, Play-Doh. And it really makes that connection because the ending scene, he goes back to the reality. So it's like, there's a distance, but there's still a connection. Audio design. I have always liked the audio design of Call of Duty. Things sound so visceral and so, like, good. And plus, this is actually a really good Call of Duty compared to the last decade or so. I mean, I still enjoy most Call of Duties outside of Ghost. Ghost sucks. But the rest of them I still find fun in. But this is also just a really good Call of Duty. And it's all this audio design, it's so visceral. And granted, they could probably change the levels to make it better. But again, it's just good. We've talked about all those games, whatever. Community support. Fucking Siege. So obviously they had to fucking get games that were continuous because 60% of these are still from previous years. Especially Siege. When me and my friends play Siege, they continuously give you updates. They could technically be free if you play enough. But, every season pass, you get new characters, and they're always updating. Every time they update, there's something new. It's like, I don't really like a lot of Tom Clancy games, but Siege is just good. Me and my friends play it all the time. Even if we take a break and play something else like Pokemon, or GTA, or Call of Duty, we always go back to Siege. And it's weird because I would love more game modes outside of like the limited time game modes, but somehow it's still more fun. I mean, I don't play by myself. Fuck that. I get mad and I get bored, and that's just what happens because I'm not talking to people. But it's a really good adult party game. It's not a party game, but if you're in a party, it's a great game. Content Creator of the Year. I didn't vote because I don't fucking know any of these people. So next, Esports Coach. Again, why the fuck would I know this? Esports Event. Evo, because that's the one I watched, and that's the one I actually care about because Smash. Esports Game of the Year. Fucking Smash wasn't even on here. No fighting games are on here. It's all MOBAs and Fortnite. And then Counter-Strike still. I don't care. So yeah, needless to say, I didn't vote for this at all. Esports Host. I don't know any of these people. They're all probably League of Legends and Fortnite hosts. How is these even categories? They're not even expansive. They could have so many more. For so many games, there's a lot more esports than the fucking 3 that you like to watch. Esports player. Fortnite, League of Legends, CSGO, and Overwatch. How about Smash Brothers? Or other fighting games? Or Hearthstone's not even in this fucker, and that one's huge. At least in China. Huge enough to make Blizzard lose half their profit. Esports team. CSGO, League of Legends, Dota, Overwatch, and CSGO again. Fucking, it's like when they pick teams or pick these nominations. You could choose food from this $5,000 double door huge ass fridge, or you could choose food from this mini fridge that only holds about a few cans. I'll take the mini fridge, but there's fridge. That's mini. Alright, don't yell at me if you keep on seeing the same shit every time you open it. Family game. Now this one they have to fucking stretch because Call of Duty ain't no family game. Luigi's Mansion, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Smash Ultimate, Crafted World. Crafted World is less than the other one. Mario Maker 2, super fun. But when you talk about family game, it is a little limited on multiplayer, which I'm fine with. I take it, it's 100% single player experience for me. There's a high skill gap and you need a really good Mario player to beat them. So your fucking 4-year-old Timmy is not going to be like, Mario, I love this game. I can't beat one level whatsoever, but I love playing it. You have more luck with the original Lost Worlds than you would with 80% of the levels that are made on this game. Ring Fit Adventure, I don't see this as... it's a party game, but it's a lot of working out. I use it. Proof that I'm not just a fat piece of shit. Look at me work out. Honestly, the ways that they use this is actually, it is intense working out. Luigi's Mansion. Again, it is a fun, family-friendly game, and there is multiplayer, but I choose Smash over all that because it's a family. You can have an entire party play, you can have tournaments, you can have 8-player, you can have 4-player, you can have teams. Most versatile out of all of these for family game. Fighting game. I chose Smash again because it's the most unique. Every new iteration of a fighting game I play is just tweaks on what was in the past. Sometimes they'll bring in something like cool and new and awesome, but most of the time I feel like Smash is just more momentous every time there's a release, especially with the roster and how hyped people get and figuring out how the mechanics work. There's like a whole bunch of shit. Fresh indie game. Did I even vote? Game direction. I don't even fucking remember why I voted Sekiro. Games for Impact. I don't fucking know any of these. Indie game. Still don't care. Mobile game. Fuck you. Multiplayer game. I went with Call of Duty because I've been going ham on the multiplayer. Like cut up into like thick pieces and smoked for like 8 hours. I've gone ham on this game. Tom Clancy sucks. Narrative. Now the only reason why I chose The Outer Worlds is because even though it feels and plays like a Bethesda game, which doesn't really grab me at all, I still think the story is better and I like its direction on the open worldness because of the space stuff. Like Borderlands did have space stuff too, but it feels again a little more than it does here. So yeah, I just think it has a grander story. I don't know. That's really the only reason why I did it. Ongoing game. Siege for previous reasons. Go to timestamp that I'm not going to give you to see my reasons. Do it. Performance. I said Ashley Birch because I fucking love Ashley Birch, not only for Tiny Tina, which is a great character, but I originally found her through her YouTube channel, then I realized that her and her brother was in Borderlands 2, and actually her brother was one who wrote Borderlands 2, and I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. And she's just awesome in every possible way, so Ashley Birch is awesome. And I don't know the rest of them, but Ashley Birch is awesome. Role-playing game. Here we go! Kingdom Hearts finally on this fucking list, and I forgot it was this year. It was February, if I remember correctly. Or March, or some shit, whatever. I chose Kingdom Hearts 3 because Kingdom Hearts 3 is completely underrepresented, and the community hates it. Well, not a lot of minority that actually hates it. But people say it's disappointing because they got way too overhyped. Yeah, there's a lot of things they could have fixed, and the story does need tweaking. It's fucking fun. It's more Kingdom Hearts. I wasn't expecting cheesiness not to be there. The only thing they fell completely flat on was Frozen World, which I was expecting because there's too much pandering, and probably Disney was just like, we want the Frozen World to be almost exactly like the movie, so you can't do anything creative with it. Sucks. Score and music. Kingdom Hearts music is fucking amazing. Even though I hate Face Your Fears with a burning passion, Utada should have never worked with Skrillex, and I hate the fact that it's in the game. Hey! More dislikes, because I know people. But everything else on the soundtrack, you know, it has the best version of Dearly Beloved that I'm going to use for my wedding, I swear to God. If it doesn't happen, my wife has disappointed me. They've always had good OTSs all around, even Utada's other song that I was shaky at first, but I got really used to it, especially, I guess, after I listened to Face My Fears, her other song that she didn't write with Skrillex was like 20 times better. So it's a good song. They should have used like a hardcore remix for the beginning of the game because I think the opening of the game would have actually made me feel something. But instead, my ears bled. Sports and racing game. Crash Team Racing because I don't give a fuck about the others. Strategy game. Fire Emblem because I just feel like Fire Emblem has the most fun with how the strategy goes. VR game. Beat Saber is fucking amazing. I can't wait till I upgrade from PlayStation to PC for VR. I play my PlayStation for fucking like everything, unless if I can get it for free on PC or it's PC exclusive or it just works better on PC for controls or whatever. But like most of my gaming is on Switch and PS4 with minimal PC. But the VR experience is better on PC, especially with the Rift S with how the helmet is. It's just better. You can't argue that. It's objectively better. I know, PlayStation is for consumer, and that's why I have the PSVR, because it's consumer friendly. Fucking Beat Saber is so good. Even on PlayStation VR, it's the best PlayStation VR game. You know why? Because you don't have to do 360 motion. It's literally, it's all there. And as long as the camera sees where your shit is, then you won't have any issues. Granted, there's no workshop, and it's not open source like the PC version is. So there is less features, but still the best PSVR game out there because of what it is. Be social. Don't tell me what to do. So that went a hell of a lot longer than I was expecting because I rambled way too goddamn much. I'll probably get a chippy chop to cut that stuff up. But there's my opinions because it was a slow week of news, unless if I missed something. But again, I think I said this in the beginning of the video. I've been recording for 40 minutes for fuck's sake, so I can't remember what I did, what I just said. So there's that. So there's me talking about the Game Awards. So yeah, if you like this episode, thumbs up. If you want to see more from us. Subscribe. And until next time. Gonna go back to the basic format next week. Or not. Depends. I don't know. Bye.